Troy University is getting ready for the incoming freshmen to visit campus. We'll have that story and more coming up. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for June 13th, 2013. I'm Felicia Payne. Thank you for joining us this evening. 14 individuals are selected every year to become impact leaders for Troy University. Today they received a little insight about some organizations on campus to become more aware. Justin McNelly explains.
Troy University's freshman impact will be here before we know it. This will be one of the first big steps in a kid's life, as they will be choosing classes, narrowing down their choices for majors, and how to get involved with different organizations. That was the theme for the Impact training session that was held on Thursday.
We actually discussed ministries around campus and how important it is for incoming students to get plugged in and get involved. That way they can grow in their relationship with the Lord, and they can also meet new people. Campus
ministry leaders discussed their plans for the upcoming year so the Impact leaders could relay those messages to the incoming students. And some of the Impact leaders discussed their views on the importance of students getting involved with these organizations.
They just all really seem to just really want to love on the students. You know, they weren't so much like, come to my ministry, mine. They just wanted the students to be loved, to be going to some sort of ministry where they can grow.
It's a really great opportunity for you to feel more comfortable around other students.
And with another training session in the books, these leaders cannot wait for the incoming freshmen to arrive.
I'm so excited. I'm a little bit nervous because it's our first one, don't really know entirely what to expect, but I'm really excited.
All of these leaders, the 13 other leaders with me, we're all just ready for the freshmen to come in, and we're so ready to just make sure that they know that they're wanted here and make sure that they know that we're ready to help them in any way that they need.
Justin McNelly, TrojanVision News.
The first impact session will begin on Monday, with other sessions continuing throughout the summer. Tractors and bicycles have found their way to the Troy University campus for a competition focusing on growing students' heads, hearts, hands, and health. Troy University is hosting the Southeast Regional Roundup 4-H competition. Students from counties in South Alabama have come to campus to try and take home some ribbons.
We are having our 4-H Regional Roundup. It is roughly 20 counties from South Alabama, and we have students that come, about 150 are here for the next 2 days, and they'll be participating in 21 different events that range from photography and baked goods to lawn tractor driving and chicken Q, which is our chicken barbecue competition, and just different experiences for our 4-Hers, different skills that they can master and learn.
People may know that 4-H stands for head, heart, hands, and health, but to those involved, it means a little more.
4-H is the youth development portion of the Alabama Cooperative Extension. We bring hands-on experiences to children where they can find a love that they have and learn to master that and just become good and well-adapted citizens, and have a lot of fun too.
I'm in 4-H because I like the activities, and it's not about the ribbons and awards, it's for the experience.
The students that are competing for the next 2 days had to win at local levels to be able to get here.
I won this year. I won like 3 of them, but I had only to choose one.
Each of the students that are here participated in county competitions, and they either placed first or second in the competition that they chose to come and compete at a regional level. This is the highest that it goes for our juniors, but we also have a senior competitive events day where they will compete at a state level.
The competition will go through Friday afternoon with an award ceremony starting at 3. And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, forecasters are predicting severe storms for much of Alabama, but the risk of tornadoes will be relatively low. The National Weather Service says the main threats from storms today will be damaging straight-line winds and large hail. In response to concerns about jail overcrowding, state officials are considering a proposal to move some female inmates to a shuttered building in Jefferson County. The county jail in Bessemer closed in 2009 because of budget constraints. In Florence, a former credit union branch manager has pleaded guilty in federal court to larceny. Beth Ann Ledbetter of Muscle Shoals appeared in court Wednesday and is the third former Valley Credit Union employee to plead guilty to bank larceny in the case. And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, before signing with the Pittsburgh Pirates organization today, Danny Collins received 2 tremendous honors. Mitchell Spoon will let you know what those honors were coming up in sports. But first, the wildfires in Colorado are still blazing as officials try to get it under control. We'll have more on that after the break.
Plumes of smoke are choking the skies and flames are threatening more homes as Colorado eruptive wildfire in its history. I'm Teresa Garcia in Colorado Springs with the latest ahead.
Today is Saturday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
I was looking for something that if I had to take online, I could still take it, but I wanted that personal touch that Troy offers. I needed to be able to work around my schedule because I still support my family full time, and I needed to be able to be flexible, and Troy met those needs.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education with the flexibility you need. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Jeremy. I am a criminal justice major with Homeland Security. I needed to reinvent myself, and I chose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
A fire in Colorado has destroyed some 360 homes and thousands more are threatened. Windy, dry, hot weather is making it hard for firefighters to battle the blaze. Teresa Garcia is in Colorado Springs with the latest.
The Black Forest fire near Colorado Springs is spreading out of control. Hundreds of homes have burned down, and it is now the most destructive fire in Colorado's history. Crews say gusty winds are making it difficult to predict the fire's path.
Wind is probably our #1 threat. It is what has been the game changer. It is what has changed the conditions.
Tens of thousands of people have been forced to evacuate. The fire is moving so fast, Barbara Schmidt had only 15 minutes to grab what she could and leave her home behind.
What did you get out?
I do have one photo album.
Just last year, the Colorado Springs area was hit by the Waldo Canyon fire, which burned nearly 350 homes. This fire has already destroyed more homes, and it's far from over. The fire is burning in a dry, densely wooded area. Officials say the conditions allow flames to jump without warning.
We get a gust of wind, and next thing you know, you have a raging flame, and we're seeing that all over.
The National Guard is blocking off evacuated areas to make sure people don't try to sneak back in, and there will likely be more evacuations. The fire is headed for heavily populated areas, and crews are struggling to slow it down. Teresa Garcia, CBS News, Colorado Springs.
At least one person is dead and dozens more injured following an explosion and fire at a chemical plant in Louisiana. Adriana Diaz has the story from New York.
Big explosion.
Cell phone video showed flames and thick black smoke shooting into the sky at a chemical plant in Geismar, Louisiana, near Baton Rouge. At least one person was killed and more than 70 were injured after an explosion and fire rocked the plant Thursday morning. Many victims suffered burns.
Our thoughts and prayers are with those individuals, with those workers, with their families, as we hope they have a safe recovery from their injuries.
About 600 people were working at the time of the blast.
It was a big old boom. Boom! That's what it did. I mean, big old explosion. And it shook the ground. I mean, it rocked the ground and all real good.
The plant makes chemicals used to make plastic. People who live within 2 miles of the site were told to stay inside while firefighters got the blaze under control.
Out of an abundance of caution, both the company and DEQ are doing additional testing, not only at the plant site, but miles away from the plant site.
Some roads are closed around the plant, but officials are assuring everyone it's safe to travel in the area. Adriana Diaz, CBS News.
The head of National Security Agency is heading back to Capitol Hill today to face some tough questions from congressmen who want to know more about the previously secret surveillance programs that monitor American phone calls and internet use overseas. Suzanne McGinnis is in Washington, D.C. with the story.
Army General Keith Alexander made his first public appearance since the details of the NSA's spying programs were revealed last week. He was here to discuss cybersecurity, but ended up answering questions about his agency's phone and internet surveillance practices.
If you want to get the content, you'd have to get a court order.
Alexander said the NSA's practice of collecting U.S. phone records and monitoring internet usage outside the U.S. has helped foil dozens of terror plots. But he said worried Americans need to know more about how the programs operate.
I want the American people to know that we're trying to be transparent here, protect civil liberties and privacy, but also the security of this country.
Some lawmakers say they want parts of the programs declassified in order to help them explain to their constituents what information is being collected and how it is used.
I just think we've got to get some information out to the public because right now we're all getting bombarded with questions.
Meanwhile, Edward Snowden, the former NSA contractor who leaked details of the programs to the press, revealed another secret. In an interview with the South China Morning Post, Snowden said the U.S. has engaged in major computer hacking operations against China and Hong Kong. Snowden, who is staying in Hong Kong, also said he will fight American law enforcement efforts to have him sent back to the U.S. to face criminal charges. I would rather stay and fight the United States government in the courts, Snowden said. My intention is to ask the courts and people of Hong Kong to decide my fate. Now, Snowden said in an interview he is not in Hong Kong to hide from justice, but to reveal criminality. U.S. law enforcement officials are building a case against him, but have not yet brought charges. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, CBS News.
And now Mitchell Spoon joins us with sports. Well, Mitchell, as I said earlier, Danny Collins received some honors over the past week. What can you tell us about that?
He received two tremendous honors from two highly known team or known organizations. But I'll get more into that right now. Troy Junior outfielder Danny Collins was named to the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association All-America First Team and the Baseball America All-America Third Team on Wednesday afternoon. Collins, who was a semifinalist for both the Golden Spikes Award and the Dick Howser Trophy, will forego his senior year after signing a deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates today. The Niceville, Florida native hit .360 with 25 doubles, 3 triples, 11 home runs, 68 RBIs, a .631 slugging percentage, .452 on-base percentage, and a 1.083 OPS. That's quite a resume for any player. This is a second award from the NCBWA, as Collins was named the National Player of the Week following the opening weekend of the season. Troy has now had 10 players earn All-America honors since joining the Sun Belt Conference in 2006, and 13 overall during head coach Bobby Pierce's 11-year career.